Welcome to Chapter Shift, the place where great books become life-changing ideas. Every week we explore the wisdom behind the world's most influential books so you can learn faster, think deeper, and grow with every chapter. Let's begin.
The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Okay, so today we are tearing into a book that has sold over 30 million copies. Seriously, 30 million. That is literally more than the entire population of some countries. It's Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now look, if 30 million of us have actually read the ultimate guide to being effective, why on earth is everybody still running around panicking? I mean, why are we all still so incredibly stressed out, Yar? It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, this thing isn't just a book. It's basically a physical weapon. It is so heavy, you could genuinely use it for bicep curls at the gym. But beneath all that weight, there is some absolute magic. So today, I'm going to enthusiastically distill this incredibly heavy-duty manual for life so we can actually solve our everyday mislay, our real annoying day-to-day problems. We're tossing out all the boring jargon and we're getting straight to the good stuff.
But seriously though, why are we all so stressed out, yaar? I'll tell you why. We're living in this totally toxic hustle culture that constantly screams at us, grind 24/7, drink 18 cups of black coffee, sleep is for the weak, right? So you wake up, you hustle, you post a super motivational quote, and then at night you just cry in your pillow because you're so utterly exhausted. Suba utho, hustle karo aur raat ko ro do. Covey actually realized decades ago that we are constantly trying to fix deep, chronic pain with cheap social band-aids.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the fake it trap. So our first massive problem is this fake it trap. Society basically tricks us into believing that success is all about faking superficial charm, doing power poses in the mirror, and just manipulating the room. But Covey breaks it down into this hilariously accurate comparison. On one side, you've got the personality ethic. This is your classic jugad. Quick fixes, PR strategies, pretending to actually care about your boss's incredibly boring golf stories just to get a promotion. It's all totally surface level. Then, on the absolutely opposite side, you have the character ethic. This right here is your asliyat, your absolute reality. It's about integrity, patience, and actually, being a decent human being. Because let's be real, you cannot just jugad your way through a marriage or a really deep friendship. If your roots are totally rotten, a fresh coat of paint on the leaves is definitely not going to save the tree by. Which brings us to section 2, change your lens, Yar. Because here's the thing, changing your attitude literally doesn't matter at all if your brain is using the wrong map. Just think about it for a second. Are you using a map of Detroit and Chicago? Imagine you are standing in downtown Chicago, right? You're trying to find a coffee shop, but somebody handed you a map of Detroit. You can work on your behavior all you want. You can double your speed, run down the street. But guess what? You're just getting lost twice as fast. You can even work on your attitude. You can pump yourself up and say, I am positively, enthusiastically lost. But you are still lost. You see, you don't need more motivation. You actually just need the right map. And to show you what a real mind-bending paradigm shift actually looks like, Covey tells this amazing, slightly ridiculous story. Okay, picture this. A giant battleship is out at sea in the pitch black fog. The captain sees a light ahead, right on a collision course. He signals, change your course 20 degrees. The light signals right back, no, you change your course 20 degrees. Well, the captain is furious. He flashes, I am a captain, change your course. The reply comes back, I am a seaman second class. You change your course. Now the captain is literally foaming at the mouth. He screams, I am a battleship. And the final reply calmly flashes back, I am a lighthouse. Boom. Ego completely destroyed. We change course. Now that is a paradigm shift. But, it gets way more emotional than that. Covey talks about this time he was on a quiet New York subway. A guy gets on with his kids, and the kids just go absolutely feral. I'm talking screaming, throwing things, grabbing other people's newspapers. And the dad, he's just sitting there with his eyes closed, doing absolutely nothing. Covey is getting so incredibly annoyed. Finally, he just snaps and says, Sir, can't you control your children? The dad slowly looks up, completely dazed, and says really softly, Oh, you're right. We just came from the hospital. Their mother died an hour ago. I don't know what to think, and I guess they don't know how to handle it either. Wow. Just wow. Instantly, Covey's whole irritation just vanishes. He goes from wanting to yell at the guy to immediately asking, Galti ho gayi yaar, what can I do to help? That right there is the pure power of shifting your lens. All right, moving on to section 3, don't kill the goose. So prepare yourselves for the absolute ultimate truth bomb about workplace burnout. Covey introduces the P/PC balance principle. Now, I know that sounds like a super boring accounting term, but it is actually the secret to not completely losing your mind. Remember that old fable of the goose that laid the golden eggs? Well, P is the golden eggs, your results, your profits, your grades, whatever. PC is the goose, you, your employees, your physical and mental health. We all know that one totally toxic micromanaging boss who screams, I need those reports by 3 a.m., keep grinding, right? And sure, he looks great for the quarter because he's squeezing out all the golden eggs, but his employees are literally having nervous breakdowns, and will pika hasange other mugi marge. Seriously, where are the eggs going to come from if the goose is dead, my friend? You absolutely cannot ignore maintenance. And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. Section 4, Habit 1, take the wheel. Look, we are not just helpless little animals simply reacting to the weather or our incredibly annoying coworkers. And you can literally hear the difference in how people talk. Reactive language is just a massive dodge of responsibility. I mean, we all do it. Oh, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Well, that's just the way I am. Ugh, he makes me so mad. Hay Allah, I have to do that. Mere to kismati kharabe. When you talk like that, you are basically saying you are nothing but a puppet, and someone else is pulling all your strings. So drop the whine. Proactive language is completely different, and it's a total game changer. It sounds more like, hey, let's look at some alternatives. I can choose a different approach. I completely control my own feelings. So the absolutely crucial point here is that between whatever happens to you, the stimulus, and how you react to it, the response, there is a gap. And right there, in that tiny gap, is your greatest human power, the freedom to choose. Honestly, no one can actually make you mad unless you willingly hand them the remote control to your own brain.
Covey maps this all out so beautifully. You've got the circle of concern. This is all the stuff we constantly worry about but literally cannot control. The economy, the weather, what random celebrities are doing, that one uncle's wild political opinions. We waste so much of our lives just screaming at the TV about this stuff. But truly proactive people, they focus purely on their circle of influence, the actual things they can change, their own mood, their own skills, their own character. Honestly, stop trying to fix the whole world when your own room is a total mess.
Let's move to our final concept and see how this builds. Section 5. Habit 2, write your script. Did you know that literally everything in life is created twice? First, it's created in your mind, and then it's created in physical reality. Think about the classic carpenter's rule, measure twice, cut once. Imagine hiring a builder to construct your ultimate dream house, and he just shows up with a hammer and starts randomly nailing planks of wood together. You ask him what he's doing, and he's like, "Pata nahi kya ban raha hai, bas thok raha hoon. I don't know what I'm making. I'm just hammering." It would be an absolute disaster. But isn't that exactly how we live our lives most of the time? Just waking up, reacting to an endless stream of emails, barely surviving until Friday, with absolutely no blueprint for what we actually want our life to look like at the end.
And this perfectly brings us to the hilarious difference between management and leadership. Covey paints this amazing picture of a team aggressively hacking their way through a dense jungle with machetes. The managers are right behind them, hyping them up. Yes, sharpen those blades, chop faster. We are being so incredibly efficient. Look at these amazing spreadsheets. But the leader? The leader actually climbs the tallest tree, looks around at the landscape, and yells down, "Guys, wrong jungle." And the managers just yell back, "Shut up, we're making great progress down here." You see, management is all about efficiency. But leadership is vision. It absolutely doesn't matter how fast you are going if you are headed in the completely wrong direction. So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this highly provocative question. Are you in the wrong jungle? Are you exhausted, climbing the ladder of success every single day, only to finally realize it's been leaning against the entirely wrong wall this whole time? Remember, you have the completely unique human ability to write your own script. So what's it going to be? Are you going to be the creator and the director of your own life? Or are you just going to settle for being an extra in someone else's movie? Faisla aapka hai. The choice is completely yours. Take the wheel, yar. Until next time, stay proactive and, for the love of everything, keep your map updated.